guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm back here at the Dream Giveaway Garage, and we have another mind-blowing, exciting vehicle. This is a 2020 Shelby F-150 supercharged off-road pickup truck. Now, before I get into this particular vehicle, let's talk about what Dream Giveaway Garage is doing. They're actually combining a giveaway with two vehicles. Not only the Shelby F-150, but also the brand new Shelby GT500. With this F-150 though, you're gonna notice a nice mixture of some off-road modifications, but also horsepower modifications, and it goes throughout the vehicle. Now, the vehicle is not built by Shelby America, it's actually built by a company called Tuscany. But Tuscany, working with Shelby America, working with Ford, has produced something that I know Carroll Shelby is smiling down and really just probably wanting to get behind the wheel of it. And what a name, Shelby. We associate it so much with the Mustang, with Ford products, but it goes even before that when Carroll Shelby raced cars professionally himself and won many races, including the 24 Hours of Le Mans. So let's go ahead, dive into this Dream Giveaway Garage extra special giveaway, this Shelby F-150. Right off the bat, the sheer size of it, so menacing. You have the additional fender flare that's been added all the way around. We'll take a better look at that when we get to the side. Full LED lighting. We drop down, you have your lower fog lamps, and then the lift on this particular Shelby is made by a company called BDS. You do have everything leveled perfectly for this particular application. Two massive tow hooks up front, and then of course we have to add some stripes. Now this color is called Oxford White. This is Ford Performance Blue racing stripes. I love the metal mesh that they add in all the open areas. The twin intake functional hood. So air is gonna be rammed into these two intakes to help feed air for that supercharged V8, the Shelby name prominently displayed. I am gonna zonk the Shelby name because I wish that the letters were sunk into the hood just to give it a nice smooth appearance, but really massive hood for a massive truck. On the side we have the supercharged badge, and I think one of my favorite badges that I almost forgot to point out here is of course the Cobra. Now what's fascinating is this is still a small Cobra compared to what's on the GT500. The GT500 Cobra is even larger, but I love the way it says Shelby F-150 and definitely 770 horsepower. Now when we come around the bend, there's those fender flares that have been added, nicely integrated in with the front bumper, come all the way around. You have a nice Shelby badge here, functional vent on the side. We drop down and look what we're working with. That company that you've seen here on Rady's Rides when we look at Raptors. You have full Fox Racing suspension at all four corners. You got that lift that you could clearly see how much room you have. And then when we talk about a tire and wheel combination, this thing nails it right out of the park. This is a 20-inch wheel. Look at how they got the Shelby name engraved there. There's the Cobra. Now the zonk for down here is gonna be that Shelby caliper cover. I wish that they would have put maybe some Brembos or some Willwood brakes, but other than that, the wheel, and you have everything, the beadlock setup. This is a full BF Goodrich all-terrain tire. It's the KO2s. This is what people who go off-road want, this 35 series, this 35-inch tire on that 20-inch wheel. Looks fantastic, and all the suspension work is just phenomenal. Now when we go down the side, of course you're gonna have that lower Shelby stripe. If you're wondering, well, what's going on here? We have some nice powder coating going on, and then when you open up the door, of course you're gonna get those automatic running boards that drop down, and they have LED lighting on them as well. You close the door and in a few seconds, those will go back up, but it's nice to see the frame, the rock frame protection all the way down the side. This is meant to be a serious off-road vehicle. When you see Fox Racing suspension and a supercharger underneath the hood, you know it's nothing but the business. Now when we get to the back of the bed area, they put a beautiful tonneau cover. Racing stripes come all the way down over the roof onto the tonneau cover. And then back here, you can see the Fox Racing suspension, the rear reservoirs, all the framework and everything. And then of course, these wheels are just amazing. But there's those caliper covers, so we're gonna zonk those up. Willwood Brembo, some kind of braking company that I think would just add to the overall experience of this truck. Since you're already modifying the engine, you're modifying the suspension, we need some brake modification. Get to the back, clean Shelby badging. Once again, I wish that there was a way to sink this in to just kind of make it smooth, but when you get to the back, really like what's going on here. The Ford Performance Blue racing stripes, especially with the addition of the red pinstripe on the side. You have the Shelby badge, the Ford badge. We drop down. Of course, you have full towing capability with this, and you're going to have a Borla special exhaust that's been specially tuned by Shelby American. Love the slash cut, love the blacked out appearance on that exhaust, and it's definitely going to make some rumble when we fire it up. But let's go ahead, pop the hood, and see what's powering this Shelby F-150. All right, guys, we got the massive hood open. Let me show you that functionality out of the hood. So the air is going to go in those twin inlets, and it's going to come out of this opening here and get force fed right into this part of the engine bay. Now, that may seem like the biggest news, but that's chump change. Check out that Ford Performance Blue Whipple supercharger that's mated to a 5-liter Coyote V8. You're looking at 770 horsepower, 640 pound-feet of torque. It's all mated through that slick shifting 10-speed automatic transmission. The engine to help produce that power has a specially tuned ECU. Of course, you're going to have a performance air intake, high flow filter, different intake manifold, a billet aluminum throttle body, and like I was telling you, that Shelby tuned Borla exhaust. Out back in the pumpkin, you got 373 gears, and of course you have full 4x4 capability. But this is what Shelby was all about, was taking the regular and turning it into something amazing. And even though he didn't have a hand in on it, I think he's definitely smiling down on this truck. But if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's fire up this Shelby F-150 and see what it sounds like. All right, guys, we're in the Shelby F-150. This thing is a beast. Now, I know you're probably saying, well, Joe, I want to win this giveaway. How much is this truck if I wanted to buy it? You're looking at around $95,000 for the way that it's optioned. Let's see what you get when you do win this giveaway. To the door panels. Now, you'll notice they brought in some carbon fiber. I still think that the rest of the door panel is great. You're going to get that same great armrest that you would find in an F-150. It would be nice to have some Shelby badging on the door panel, or maybe some red stitching, and you'll see why in a second when we get to the seats. But door panel has large pocket down there. You could put a couple meatball subs as you're off-roading, as you're letting over 700 horsepower just reign supreme all over the place. Soft touch material, the carbon fiber trim around the AC vents. You're of course going to get a plaque with Carroll's signature on it. Each one is numbered and it's in the registry. More carbon fiber, and then all the other things that make an F-150 so great. You got your home power source, a 12-volt, 8-inch infotainment system, that sync system. You have, of course, the ability to go from 2 high to 4 high to 4 low. Your AC controls, heated seats and ventilated seats. More of that carbon fiber goodness. And then here is your key fob. Now, I am going to zonk the key fob because it's just a standard key fob, but it does have all the functionality that you want. Remote start, you could drop the tailgate. This is going to control, which, let me put this back nicely. This is going to control that 10-speed automatic transmission. They know what you're about. They want you to have your place for your Twinkies on the side over here, maybe some Slim Jims. You could even put some cookies in there, maybe some EL fudge. And then this is really wild. I love the armrest, especially because of this Cobra badge here, the Shelby F-150. In case you forget, 770 horsepower. Open this up, tons of room just like before. And then this is what I was telling you about. I would like to see more of the red because they did a great job with these custom seats, Shelby embroidery, the red stitching. the center portion is right on the money. And the fact that they're heated and ventilated makes it even that much better. The floor mats down there, which Shelby, their name down there, I mean, it just makes it that fantastic. Of course, you're going to get a full panoramic sunroof and a power sliding rear glass window. So really the way that they optioned this one is exactly the way that I would have it. But why don't you come on over to the business end? I want to show you behind the wheel of this Shelby F-150. All right, guys, business time. You're going to get your full power seat settings. While we're down here, check out the beautiful pedals, the brake pedal and the throttle. Nicely done. And then, of course, same steering wheel. Now, this is going to be a zonk for me. I wish they would have changed the horn button or something, but great thickness on the steering wheel. The trim is very nice. And then the dash is really where they took it to another level. So many custom trucks, they forget about the gauges, but watch this. When I fire this up, you're going to see this thing just come to life. You have that beautiful Carroll Shelby light up signature on the tack with the different graphics, the speedometer with the racing stripes, and then of course you have all that other great information in the center. And the wonderful news is guess what? Here it is, it's running, and it purrs like a kitty cat. But why don't we go ahead, let's check out the passenger area and see how your passengers are gonna love 770 horsepower scaring the heck out of them. All right, guys, backseat time. Every time I get into one of these F-150s, it reminds me of being in college, just because you have the same amount of room in this back seat as I had in my dorm room. The great news is remember how I was telling you about the red stitching? They brought the red stitching nicely into the backs of the seats. You can fit your Twizzlers, you can fit a corn dog in there. You have that carbon fiber trim. And then of course, connectivity. All the connectivity you could ever want. Home power source, 2 USBs, and a 12-volt. Heated seats, but I think the zonk is gonna have to be, where's the ventilated seats? I would like to be a little cool, especially with 770 horsepower. But the best news is that the seats are comfy, and they brought the beautiful stitch work and everything else to the back portion as well. And then of course, no truck is complete without a nice large armrest with 2 drink holders, easy to go. But why don't we go ahead, before we go for the drive, let's check out what's underneath the tonneau cover of this Shelby F-150. All right, guys, one of the great things about this Shelby F-150, besides the Whipple supercharger, besides the Borla catback exhaust, is what is done to the bed. Very, very unique. So you have that tonneau cover I was telling you about. To open up the tailgate, we're gonna lift that up. Nice hydraulic struts, and then we're gonna drop down the back. It's a nice soft release. They went ahead and they carpeted the whole interior of the bed of this truck, and even has the Shelby name back there. We are having a contest. I hope that you were able to count all the Shelby's names that are on here, where you find the Shelby name. But this is a touch. I think for some people they're gonna love it, but it kind of takes away the purpose of this truck. But why don't we go ahead, let's get to the best part. And to close this up, real simple. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's take 755 horsepower for a spin. All right, guys, we're in the Shelby F-150, 770 horsepower on throttle. Here we go. Wow. Oh my God. I don't know what's crazier, the sensation and the sound of that supercharger under acceleration, or just sitting up this high. It's a very interesting experience having that Oxford white hood with the Ford Performance blue racing stripes. The red pinstriping just adds that extra touch to it. And the crazy thing is, this truck is so easy to drive. Who would have ever thought that 770 horsepower would be this easy to drive in a package this large? This thing is just ridiculous. All right, guys, pulling away from the light, easy peasy. Coming around this bend here, it's crazy how comfortable this truck is and just how easy it is to operate. It makes it a no-brainer, really, really does. And of course, having that suspension going up this torn up piece of road where there's construction here, you're not feeling a thing. It's like a mosquito biting an elephant. You don't feel a thing here. But everything, like I said, that makes the F-150 so great is brought into this truck, plus all the little extra touches. Now, I wish they would have done something a little bit. I think the thing that's hanging me up about the interior is the steering wheel. If this had like a flat bottom wheel, like out of a GT350 or something like that, I think it would just add to the overall experience. But still a pleasure to drive and a lot of fun to drive. I think the one thing the GT500 wishes it had is the whine of this Whipple supercharger. I mean, listen to this. Golly, it sounds like a Raptor. And when I say a Raptor, I'm not talking about Ford Raptor, I'm talking about the dinosaur. It's something that just makes the hair stand up on the back of your neck, which you'll see. I'll have at the end of this video, the GT500 is just missing that. Now, I know you could change the pulley and to this and to that, but the thing is that it would be nice to have it from the factory, especially if you're spending that kind of money. All right, guys, pulling away from this light. Such a breeze. It really, really is. And I love the sound of that boiler exhaust. Nothing too obnoxious. Sounds really, really good. On throttle, here we go. The shift from the 10-speed are great. I mean, just nuts. The experience of driving this truck is just nuts. It really, really is. And the colors can't be beat. I mean, that bright white with the racing stripes and the red accent striping, it just adds to the overall personality. That's what this thing is. This truck has a ton of personality. All right, guys, back on throttle. Here we go. Let's see how she handles. I know she's lifted. She's on off-road tires, but I'm just curious myself. That awesome Fox Racing suspension really, really gives you confidence. Even on this asphalt jungle, super smooth. Visibility is obviously king in this thing. I mean, this is a really nice truck. There's gonna be somebody very lucky that wins this giveaway. Look at this. Handle's nice. Back on throttle. Just put you right back in the seat. Unbelievable. All right, guys, hopefully this gave you a nice overall feel about what this Shelby supercharged F-150 is all about. We're gonna wrap it up and get back to Dream Giveaway Garage. So I will see you in a split second. All right, guys, it's been another mind-blowing day here at the Dream Giveaway Garage. I definitely gotta thank Chris, Lori, Boomer, Blake, the rest of the crew, getting us access to this 2020 Shelby F-150. Is this the giveaway of all giveaways? I'm definitely gonna say heck yes, because not only do you get this truck, but you also get the Shelby GT500, which, hold on a second, I'm gonna put that link at the end of the video if you haven't seen the GT500. But if it's trucks like these that you wanna keep seeing on Rady's Rides, leave a comment in the comment section. If you're new and you're on your way out, hit the subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Rady's Rides family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you on the channel, click the link in the description, get yourself some Rady's Rides merch. Got to give it up to Big Guns McGee. He's loving supercharged fun. He wants to strap a supercharger to his arms and see how that goes. So thank you, Tom, for your hard work. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.